Welcome to RNFC, the official Rebellious Noise Football Channel, where you'll find content such as goal hanging, live match reactions, as well as news and opinions on all aspects of the beautiful game. We will also cover some of the more cultural side of the sport, such as kit reviews, football nostalgia, and in-depth historical pieces on those who built the game that we love today. So win, lose or draw, make sure you subscribe before the full-time whistle blows.
Hello. It is Scott, and I am joined once again by Dan. I'll say with Dan. That makes sense. By Dan. Say hello, Dan.
Hello, Dan.
Okay. And we are here once again talking. It is that side FA Cup. It is the FA Cup final. Sadly, neither of our teams are in it, but we are fans of the competition as we are fans of football. And you might have seen on the main Rebellious Noise channel over the years, we are romantics for the FA Cup. And here on the brand new Rebellious Noise Football Channel, if you're new here, like most people are, because we are a brand new channel, please subscribe. But today we're going to be predicting the final between Leicester City and Chelsea. And like I said, our teams aren't in it. I'm an Arsenal fan, Dad's a Man United fan, but that doesn't stop us being excited about the oldest club competition in the world. So, Dan.
Yes, mate.
What's going to happen this weekend?
What's going to happen this weekend? Well, for a start, we're going to have fans at Wembley, which is great for the teams.
How many are they allowed?
I'm not sure. I think it's 8,000, but don't quote me on that.
Which is going to feel like 100,000 when you played in front of no one for all this time as well.
Yeah. But, I think... something that was actually nice, I did see that the Leicester owners sent something to all their season ticket holders as well for the cup final. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but someone had posted like a package that every one of them received.
Oh, okay.
So that was really nice. Basically, thanking them all for their support and saying they're going to try and bring the cup home for the for the fans, basically. But yeah, I think I'm hoping it's going to be a good game. You get some finals where they just drag and it's like a boring 1-0.
Yeah, or even the ones that are exciting in some sense, like City and Watford a few years ago, where it was obvious.
Or something.
Yeah, I mean at half time you knew. Although it's exciting for the goals, you kind of want it somewhere in the middle. You want it goals, but you want it to be competitive. You know what I mean? So, but not so competitive that there are no goals until the very end or anything like that. So.
Yeah, if you're going to have 6 goals, you'd want it to be something like a 3-3 or a 4-2 or something like that. So
yeah, not a 6-0. Although that was, quite impressive for Man City. Can't say that away from them. But speaking of Man City, obviously they've got Chelsea coming up in the Champions League final as well. So how much do you think Champions League is going to kind of play an effect here with Chelsea?
Not in the slightest, I don't think, because of how far away it is. Yeah.
But do you not? I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly in the same week, but do you not think that one eye could be somewhere else, that they could be willing to risk this final a bit more as far as selections and stuff like that?
I don't think they need to. I mean, it's you wearing that shirt basically takes me back to the good old days, as I say. So when United won the treble, we had our 3 games in 10 days, which was the Premier League, FA Cup, and then Champions League final. Whereas with this, they've got the FA Cup final this weekend, and then I think the Champions League final is not Saturday coming, the following Saturday. So it's 2 weeks time still. Yeah. So it's not like it's not like, because it used to be on a Wednesday, the Champions League final. So you'd have the FA Cup final on a Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff traditional. And then you'd have the Champions League final would be on the Wednesday at a 7:45 kickoff.
Yeah.
I think it's not like that. It's going to be a lot easier, I think, and I think it looks like they may be securing a top 4 place as well. So I don't really think they're going to need to do as much as, as people think, really. But
Yeah, but can that breed complacency though? Like they've got 3 routes into Champions League football next year. Can that breed complacency? You know, I mean, surely out of the 3 of them, they're going to get one of them. You'd think.
Yeah, I mean it's
European football, I should say at least.
Yeah, because I mean, FA Cup will be. The thing is, both teams. You feel both teams are going to probably make the top 4 anyway. You know, the way they're both playing. But yeah, I honestly don't see it making that much of a difference on the Champions League plans. But yeah, I mean, have you heard about the Champions League actually? So the plan for the final now. So it's obviously it's in Portugal
now, right?
Yeah, so it's in Portugal, but they've got an agreement now with the Portuguese. I'm not sure if it's the Portuguese government or something, but the only way that they're going to do it is they're going to have the planes with the fans chartered in. Then from there, get straight on a coach. We'll take them straight to the stadium, watch the game. As soon as the game's finished, back on the coach, back to the airport, home.
Then why is it not in England? What's the point then?
So the reason it's not in England is because of the quarantine thing. Because there's going to be overseas media at the game. The British government...
but that's less people. Like you don't need to get those. I mean, but then again, that's the way the world. We should be moaning. We are part of the media, but surely fans should come before the media. But obviously, that's just not the way it is.
I mean, if anyone from UEFA's watching, if you want to chuck us a couple of free tickets to go to the Champions League final, then I'm not a Chelsea or Man City fan, but and neither are you. But we'll happily take a nice holiday to Portugal.
Yeah, wouldn't mind
just have to try and find where my passport is, wipe the dust off of it. But
okay, speaking of wiping dust off of things, Dan, it's not that far. It's not that long ago, I should say. Leicester City winning the trophy, obviously the Premier League, but an FA Cup. It's been a little bit longer for them. What are you thinking as far as their kind of priority? As far as you say, obviously they're pretty much going to get top 4. Obviously, if anything, they could even challenge for second still against your boys. But how important do you think it is for Brendan Rodgers and Leicester City to get the FA Cup?
I think they are going to really look to go and win this. I think at the end of the day, every team is going to be judged on, what trophies they win. It's like, oh, you finished 4th place. Yeah, congratulations. Where's your trophy to show for that? Yeah. Whereas at least if you got a trophy, you can say, well, there we go. That's what we won, kind of thing.
Yeah. But that's the thing as well. You think about when City became the City that we all know now, not the City we grew up with, they won the FA Cup first, So it's quite strange that Leicester had their insane season a few years ago where they won the league, and credit to them. But they didn't get the FA Cup stepping stone in between. We talk about that a lot on this show when we do predictions for FA Cup, who could, use it as a stepping stone to something else or climb up the league, get in European places, challenging for the title, whatever it may be. It's weird that Leicester never got that. They just suddenly shot all the way up to the top of English football by winning the Premier League. And now I think an FA Cup, because they've hung around since, you know what I mean? I feel like the FA Cup would be a great addition to kind of cementing them as this kind of the modern top 4 or the modern top 6 rather than the traditional ones that you get.
Yeah, I think it's, as I said, since they've won the league, though, they've done fantastically well. I think there were many people that were thinking, oh, it's just going to be like a one-season wonder. They're just going to be straight back down, challenging for the relegation zone.
Could you imagine that?
Back again, I mean, but then it's like you look at when Wigan, I think it was, when they won the FA Cup, they won the FA Cup. I think they were playing in the Championship the following season.
Yeah, they went down that same season. They won. Yeah.
And then Portsmouth. It was interesting actually. Before I went to work today, it was just on TV. It was random old FA Cup finals, and they showed one. I think it was Chelsea versus Portsmouth. I think it was from 2010, and they said that was the first time that the team that were top of the Premier League and the team that were bottom of the Premier League had faced each other in an FA Cup final. And that just random stats like that.
I enjoy it, mate. I love everything to do. Again, we've talked about this over the years, but everything to the FA Cup. That's why it's such a beautiful competition that, in the 5th round, you can face the small team where the gate money will literally make them for 10 seasons, and then, go all the way to giant killings and stuff like that. It's such a great competition. Absolutely gutted to not be part of the final this year. And obviously the team that my team beat last year was Chelsea, which moves into nicely talking about the fact that Chelsea have reached 2 finals back-to-back as far as the FA Cup goes. Obviously, we touched on a little bit of the Champions League already, but reaching 2 finals back-to-back, obviously 2 different Chelseas, but sort of the same sort of Chelsea, obviously, because it's only been a year. But obviously, new management, and they managed to reach it this time last year. So you've got to give Lampard credit as well. But obviously, what's your opinions on how well kind of like this new Chelsea are doing?
I think over the season they've grown a lot in maturity. So I mean, you look, they've got quite a few of their younger players that are playing. Like Mason Mount, I think has been terrific this season. You know, he's been absolutely brilliant, and you know, I think he's definitely a shoe-in for the England squad. I feel with that. But
speaking of which, Dan, don't forget to mention.
There we go.
Dan's great video recently. Who should be in the 26? Obviously added extra places this year. So Dan did a great video recently talking about who he would take, and there'll be another updated one, I understand, coming up soon, right, with your 11 as well.
Yeah, so I did basically the starting 11 from the 26 that I actually chose. So
yeah, and when the real team come out, we'll talk about that as well. But for now, we got Dan's team.
See how close Gareth actually gets to mine, and it's like be a case of, well, if you took mine, mate, you would have won something. But
did he watch your video? Who knows? You know,
yeah, maybe if he picks exactly the same, then I'm going to be like, mate, come on,
a bit suspicious, mate. At least change one up, you know.
Yeah, where's the old moolah from that, mate? Come on.
Yeah, if England wins something, maybe you should get a little bit of a bonus. But anyway, back to Chelsea, and the kind of climb. They've seriously climbed back up the table this year as well, very impressively.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that they didn't give Frank the whole season. Because I thought he'd done really well to get them where they have. But obviously, football being a results business, and Chelsea have never really been one of these clubs under Abramovich to like stick with a manager for years and years and years.
No.
Like, you know, we know ourselves like
good or bad,
the benefits of longevities from managers. You know, obviously, I'm a Man United supporter, us with Sir Alex Ferguson, you're an Arsenal supporter, and you know, you guys with Arsene Wenger. You know, for me, a club can only improve and get better when they've got that consistency. And by keep chopping and changing your manager, you're going to have good seasons, you're going to have bad seasons.
Yeah,
but you're not having one. Basically, the players are going to be better when they've got one person at the helm to say, right, this is the way we as a football club are going to play. We're going to play that way from the youth team all the way up to the first team. You know, this is going to be our DNA for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, it's tough to kind of like, as the Americans say, build a dynasty, you know, like as they would call it, you know, like it's tough to kind of like you say, you can have success and then it goes away for a few and then chop and change. But it's current crop. Like this is the kind of team that I think they could build on with the future. You know, like a lot of the young guys, and credit to Lampard, brought a lot of those in. But
I think so. His hand was kind of forced a little bit though, due to obviously having the transfer embargo. But,
I don't think it was their idea to bring through the youth. It was just a happy coincidence. But
yeah, and the thing is, the players that he has brought through actually are doing quite well. And obviously, the signings that he made in the window, like people were saying about how like Timo Werner's have been a bit hit and miss, but then you've got the likes of Pulisic, who's been brilliant. Havertz has not really played that much. I don't feel as though he's really put in, I couldn't really turn around and say, yeah, Kai Havertz was amazing in this game or amazing in that game.
Right.
But who knows, maybe an FA Cup final is going to be when these players like literally step up and do their best. So,
and what about, just getting in Thomas Tuchel as well, like, and what he's done with this team as well, like, because like I said, they were floundering. I guess one good thing I can say about Arsenal is we beat Chelsea twice this year, because somehow that's a trophy. No, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have the bragging rights in London. But, Arsenal, if you want to see me rant about Arsenal, by the way, check this video out. But today's not about Arsenal. Today is about Chelsea and Leicester. But, obviously, we did that, and then
even when we pressed stop, mate, it was still going like.
I know, yeah. No, as in,
still there now.
So obviously Arsenal did beat Chelsea very recently. Big shock, in my opinion. And obviously we beat them around like Christmas time as well. And then not long after that, they did have to change into the guard, and I think it was not long after that, or maybe it was just it would have been after that. And since then.
The embarrassment of losing to you lot that got Lampard the old got in the sack.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, hey, like that's what I mean. Even the route to this final, you look at, obviously. Sorry to rub it in, but obviously they beat Leicester City, beat you guys a few rounds back, and they just beat you in the league as well. So you'd think, man, that is a stepping stone to a final. Whereas Chelsea this week haven't had the best kind of preparations for a final. You know, they've lost to Arsenal, which again in other years might be like, there's no shame in that. You lost to Arsenal, you know. But there kind of is. We're not Arsenal anymore. Like, we're not the same Arsenal. We are mid-table Arsenal. So
like
basically, they lost to a mid-table team. Yeah, they didn't lose to the Arsenal that we all know in previous years. They've lost to a mid-table team, and going into the final, that's not a good thing.
No, I think Leicester, are going into it probably in better form. So, I mean, if you'd put the two names next to each other a few years back, you'd be like, Chelsea 100% are going to walk it. But, I feel as though it's a lot more even now. And especially, obviously, the way that Brendan Rodgers has Leicester playing as well. I just feel as though, he's got something really good going there. So,
yeah. Okay, right. I think it's time. We should probably do our score predictions.
Right. Here we go.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
I can go first if you want. I don't mind.
Go on, you go first. See if you influence me.
So I am going to go for a 2-1 victory for Leicester.
Oh, okay.
Leicester 2-1.
I was going to say the exact same. I really was going to say the same, and I thought you'd go for Chelsea, so I was ready to kind of have a bit of back and forth of why, because I definitely think it could go either way. Don't get me wrong, Chelsea are in the final for a reason. Chelsea are still Chelsea, and they're in the Champions League final, so they've done all right this year in the end. But yeah, something about it, I think it is, and I know you say it doesn't really play a factor in your kind of opinion for it, but I feel like just that eye on the Champions League final coming up, maybe there's a little bit of complacency, just losing to Arsenal, but then again, you could say they've got a point to prove because of that. But yeah, for me, I just, like you just said, Leicester seem to be coming into this final at the right time, and Chelsea maybe hitting a little bit of a roadblock with Arsenal. So yeah, I think Leicester's going to do it 2-1, which would be nice to see, I think. Yeah,
I think, the story of Leicester, I think, as well, has just been brilliant, because for years,
every neutral's favourite team, I feel like.
Yeah, I think for years, though, they were one of these like yo-yo teams that were like up and down. It's like, and then since they've won the league, they've just been like a bit more consistent. I think they've had that little bit of confidence injected into them. And obviously the ownership at Leicester, you never really hear any kind of bad press about it. I mean, obviously there was a few weeks back about the whole parties and COVID and stuff, but it just seems like Brendan Rodgers tries to keep all of that in house, and the players are not playing. An
old school manager in that sense, ain't he?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, they're not playing. There's a reason they're not playing. Okay, so I'll just bring in somebody else that's gonna be playing instead, sort of thing. And I think Iheanacho's in really good form as well. I mean, if you compare Iheanacho and Werner, because they're probably going to be the two guys that start up front, I never thought I'd say this a year ago. I would rather a chance fall to Iheanacho than Werner. I would back Iheanacho to score over.
I feel like Werner in the past few months has been kind of getting into his groove. Don't get me wrong, some of the Premier League's greatest players have struggled in the first season and stuff like that. And obviously,
it's always hard transitioning from a different league.
and no fans in the stadium and stuff like that, and everything else that's going on with people's personal lives this year. We can only imagine. So it's just, but it has struck me by surprise. the youth kind of that Frank was working with, like we're talking about, and then the signings they made of Ziyech and of Werner, like, man, Ziyech was one of my favorite players from Ajax. You know, I was gutted because he always said he wanted to come to Arsenal, and obviously doesn't look like it's ever going to happen now. But, you know, I think he's a fantastic player. He's hit the ground running at Chelsea. But like I say, Werner, maybe Havertz hasn't worked out the way they thought, but they do still show flashes though, you know. So, and again, past few months, past few weeks hasn't been too bad for them. So maybe a finals where they're really going to kick it into gear. But yeah, I think
it's going to be the old Ben Chilwell derby, isn't it?
Good point. Yeah, good point. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I think in the league game, people would most likely be like, yeah, it could go either way. But I think because it's a cup game, I feel like in a final, people might look at our opinions.
Magic of a cup, isn't it?
Oh, but Chelsea are the bigger team and whatever else. And it's not because obviously I do have a bit of bias being an Arsenal fan, being like, I don't want another London club to win trophies and a team like Chelsea. Don't get me wrong, but I have to appreciate how they've been this season. They've been really good. But I don't know, there's something about Leicester where I just feel like it would mean more to him, you know? And maybe it is because Chelsea, like I say, got the Champions League to focus on as well.
Yeah.
Which we'll be talking about at some point as well. But yeah, I don't know, there's something about that's making me think. But then again, like the opportunity to win the Champions League and the FA Cup in the same season, I mean, you've done it obviously with the league as well, but yeah.
It's looking like this season, blue's definitely the colour, isn't it, of everything this year?
yeah.
Premier League champions are wearing blue. Carabao Cup winners wearing blue. FA Cup winners are going to be in blue.
Yeah.
Champions League final, first ever Champions League final with two teams whose home kits are blue.
Yeah, and it's probably not the first ever, but obviously the FA Cup both blue, like you say. So
and then you get the Europa League final, which is red and yellow. So sorry, we had to come and spoil it.
We don't talk about the Europa League. All right, with that being said, Dan, I think it's time to get out of here. We'll talk Europa League another day because I'm still annoyed, as you can see. Right, so that is pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. This is RNFC, the Rebellious Noise Football Channel. I've been Scott. Here's been Dan. And whether you've joined us live or you join us on demand, thank you very, very much. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win the FA Cup final this year. And yeah, why? Is it Leicester? Is it Chelsea? Who knows? But either way, the magic of the cup is still alive. FA Cup final day is still a very important day to me. The coverage all day. Can't wait to watch some of it. And I guess secretly not so secretly, cheering on Leicester. Sorry, Chelsea fans, but I just, come on. You understand. You wouldn't want Arsenal to win either, would you?
Move it back to 3 o'clock.
Well, there's that as well. But again,
what's this 5:15 kickoff about? Yeah. You kick it off at 3 o'clock. It's the FA bloody Cup final.
I know, Dan. We've been here before, and the FA Cup semi-finals been at Wembley. When they shouldn't be. And
where's the Twin Towers as well?
All right, we're going to rant all day. Okay, we want to enjoy what's left of the FA Cup, Dan. Not just remember the things that aren't. But with that, please subscribe. And once again, thank you very, very much for watching. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
Welcome to RNFC, the official Rebellious Noise Football Channel, where you'll find content such as goal hanging, live match reactions, as well as news and opinions on all aspects of the beautiful game. We will also cover some of the more cultural side of the sport, such as kit reviews, football nostalgia, and in-depth historical pieces on those who built the game that we love today. So win, lose or draw, make sure you subscribe before the full-time whistle blows.